Thank you so much for joining me here in beautiful St. Lucia for a fabulously Zen and Fit yoga practice where we can just ignite our bliss. So let's go ahead, stand tall on our mats, rise onto your toes, back onto your heels. Just a couple times, wake up your feet. I like to be intentional in my practice, therefore I like to start standing. So I like to let my body know that we're going to be moving, and I want to be grounded in that. As I set my intentions through my practice. So go ahead and just roll your knife edge, your feet out, stretching those ankles, and then pull your knees in. Just a couple times, in and out, and then align your ankles, knees, and hips. Have a neutral spine with a slight tilt to your pelvis. And then we're going to energetically just pull energy up from the earth, pulling those kneecaps up, engaging at that pelvic floor. Those glutes you'll feel engage as you lift through the perineum, engaging through the sphincters, drawing the navel back to the spine and lifting up towards the sternum. We're going to relax your shoulders down and back, so there's none of this puffing up. It's not like this. We're relaxing down. So we stand in anatomical positioning. We draw our chin inward and reaching our crown upward. We're going to feel this current of energy that moves through our bodies. We stand tall in this space. And as we feel the energy that's freely able to move through our body, we really want to cultivate a deeper connection within. In this space of deep meditative movement through our yoga practice, we're going to engage in this posture and just holding right here as we come into this place, pressing our thumbs together, one hand on top of the other, and just being receptive and deep concentration through our practice as we intentionally move. So holding this at our navel, as we're intentional in awakening into that blissful state through our practice, we must be open to what our practice has to offer. Letting go of rigidity, stubbornness, letting go of fear and anxiety, letting go of control. And in this space, we just surrender to the allowing, to that unfoldment, as we align ourselves with Thy will be done, into the divine. Our yoga is yoking us together in this essence, in unity and harmony with the mind, the body, and the spirit. So let's go ahead and bring our hands at heart center as we center ourselves in grace and gratitude. With humility and respect, we'll go ahead and begin lifting arms all the way up to the heavens. Reaching, elongating, lengthening, exhale, fold. Lift up halfway, lengthen, exhale, deepen. Take opposite hand to opposite elbow and just hang. Put the tailbone up, find your spine elongating. Release the hands, have a seat, chair pose, hands prayer, roll the pelvis under. Keeping those hands prayer at heart center. Then release it down, forehead comes down, opposite hand, opposite elbow. Press into the balls of your feet, lift in the tailbone. Let your head hang. Maybe shake it side to side. Forward and back. And release the fingers to the mat, drop to your chair, lift your chest, hands prayer. Then again, fingers come down, straighten that leg, forehead towards your knee. Shift into the balls of your feet, opposite hand, opposite elbow. Shake your head. And then release it, fingertips down, draw deeper, hands prayer at heart center. And hold and breathe. Pull those knees inward, roll that pelvis under, draw navel in, shoulder blades down and back. And then lift up nice and tall, reach all the way up. Shift your hips forward, ears and elbows side by side. Find that slight rounding to your spine as your gaze goes up. Say thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for this day, for this moment. A strong, healthy body, strong, healthy mind. Finding communion with the spirit. And bringing hands to heart center. Taking big inhale, lift. Exhale, fold. Squat deep, gaze forward, step it back. Downward facing dog. Elongate your spine. So in your downward dog's our first one. We're going to be intentional, so grippy with our fingers. Suction cup your hands to the mat as the internal part of your palm rises up. Your ears and elbows are side by side. You externally rotate, drawing those armpits inward, lifting the tailbone high to the sky, bending those knees and little pulses. And as you find that length, press those heels towards the mat. Then drop it to your knees, sit back, child's pose. Then pull it out forward. You're going to take your right foot, you're going to step it up, and you're going to press in. Stay back on that back knee. Press your hips forward, pull your chest forward. Your foot and your hand are side by side. If you can't step your foot all the way up, then make your hands just kind of walk your foot up. Keep walking. You want that knee and elbow in alignment, shoulder and wrist in alignment. Smiles on our faces. The smile on our face is hard to be sad when we're smiling. And if you feel sad, if you feel a different emotion, it's okay. Honor that. What we don't want to do is resist anything. We want to honor it and allow it to move through us. Step it back, child's pose. And then take other leg. Step it up. Hand, shoulder, and knee line up. Knee and ankle line up. Hands press in. Press that hip. So just walk your foot further forward if you need to get a little deeper. Back knee is down. Pull that chest forward and press in. And then take that leg, step it back, child's pose. And we're going to flow from side to side. Sit child's pose. Then you're going to step up right foot. Maybe walk that foot a little further forward if you need to. Press into those hips. Press it down, elongate with lengthening through the groin and those inner thighs. And then step it back, sit deep, child's pose. Then step up left side. Walk your foot a little further forward. Press it in. Deepen in. Then sit back, child's pose. And then step it up. Press it in. Then sit back, child's pose. Step it up. Press it in. Sit back, child's pose. Step it up. Press it in. Step back, child's pose. Step it up. Press it in. Step it back. Child's pose. One more. Step it up. Press it in. Step it back. Child's pose. Step it up. Press it in. Step it back. Child's pose. And then now last one, hold it on the right side. Walk that foot further forward. Really press in. Hands are down. You're going to take opposite hand up and reach it up. Flatten that back left toe and press in. Breathe in. Breathe out. Now hands come back center. You're going to straighten that leg and sit back. Walk those fingers forward. Forehead comes down. Breathe in, breathe out. Nostril breathing in through our nose and out through our nose through our practice. And then walk it forward. Shoulders and wrists line up, knee and hip line up, then step it back, child's pose. Then other side, step it up. Press it in. Walk that foot a little further forward. You press in, flatten that back right toe, swoop that left arm up, press in, deepen in. Gaze is up. And then release it down, press it back, walk those fingers back. As you sit deep, reach those arms forward, lift the toes, sit your bottom back, head down. Then come right back into that Anjaneyasana, into that wide side, and then step it up, down, child's pose. And then bring it out all the way down, cobra pose. Zip your thighs together, cover those hands, shoulder blades down and back. Zip through the thighs, breathe in, breathe out. And then release it, press in halfway, release it, hover the hands. Release, press in halfway, release, hover, release, press, release, hover, release, press, release, and hover, release, and press, release. Now hover your hands. And as we hover, we're intentional. So you're really squeezing scapulatory depression. You're breathing, so you're squeezing those muscles as tight as you can. Pull the shoulder blades down the back, lifting your chest. Press the toes to your mat. Smile, breathe. And then press those hands down and lift a little higher. Keep that activation as you're still squeezing. You're just now getting a little more depth as you press into those hips to the mat, rounding in your spine. Shoulder blades down and back. Smile, breathe, and then release. Press it back, kneeling. Shoulders, knees, and hips line up. Opposite hand, opposite leg lengthens out. Reach it out. Then lift, and that back foot flex it towards the ceiling. Bend in that knee. Take this hand behind your head and press and lift. Press and lift, press and lift. That foot's going to the ceiling. or to the sky, and press, press, press. Nose goes over the nose edge of your mouth. That left hand is down, that left leg is back pressing. Right hand is right at your back of your head, fingertips. If you need assistance, you can keep that hand down. You got 4, you got 3, you got 2, last one, lift, and then you're gonna pull that knee in, opposite elbow, opposite knee, and then lift it up. Kick it out, and then lift it back, and kick it back, and kick it back. Keep that foot flex, kick it back, kick it back. Four more, 3 more, 2 more, last one. Lift it up, hold it. That way, take your hand behind you. Imagine you're reaching for that foot. If you're able to reach it, lift that knee higher. Stacking that shoulder. So right knee and hip line up, shoulder and wrist line up. Grab with that right hand, left foot, lift that leg higher. Gaze goes over that back right shoulder. Then release it. Place that knee down, switch sides. Spinal balance, lengthen, hold, and breathe. Then flex that knee. Flex that foot towards the sky or the ceiling. Place your hand behind your head and little pulses. Lift, 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 lift. Press it up, press it up, press it up, press it up. Little inch movements. That right hand down, left knee down, aligning the joints. To press, press, press. You got 4, you got 3, you got 2. Lift, hold it. Then opposite elbow, opposite knee, and lift, and lift, and lift, and lift. Keep that foot flexed, and lift, and lift, and lift. 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. Last one, open up, hold it. Now take that hand, rotate behind you, and imagine you're reaching for that foot. If you're able to reach it, lift up and grab it. Lift that knee higher. Drop that hip down. Keep that shoulder and wrist in alignment on the ground. Knee and hip on the ground. Drop the hip as you lift the leg. Open up to take your gaze over that left shoulder. Then release it. Reach it out and drop it down. Sit back, child's pose. Take a breath. Honor where you are. Then curl those toes downward. Facing dog. Lift your heels, gaze between your hands, squat into your thighs, little pulses. And then sit deep, gaze between your hands, and take one big step or hop to the top. You can take little micro steps or one big step, or hop it, have a seat. And in your chair, hold it. In your chair, lift your chest, shoulder blades down. Little pulse, little pulse, little pulse, little pulse. And pulse, inch down, inch up, inch down, inch down, inch up. You got 4, you got 3, you got 2. Last one, sit deep. Lift up the heels. Balance and breathe. Pull the knees in. Then have a seat. Then wind your feet just a bit. Have a seat. Lift the knees. Have a seat. Lift it up. Have a seat. Lift it up. Now this time, knock those knees together. Sit another inch deeper. Open them up. Heels down. Lift all the way up. Then come right back down. Have a seat. Lift the heels. Kiss those knees together. Drop an inch. Open them up. Drop the heels. Lift it up. Hands to heart. Have a seat. Lift the heels. Kiss the knees. Drop another inch down. Open them up. Drop the heels. Lift it up. Hands to heart. Have a seat. Lift the heels. Knock knee. Drop an inch down. Apart the knees. Heels come down. Lift it up. Stay fluid in your motion. Hands to heart. One breath. One movement. Sit deep. Open. Heels. Lift. Lower. Heels up. Knock knee. Sit deep. Apart the knees. Heels down. Lift it up. Keep moving. Sit deep. Heels up. Knock knee. Drop an inch. Open those knees. Drop the heels. One more. Hands heart. Lift the heels. Knock knee. Sit deep. Open them up. up, heels down, and lift. Hands to heart. Heel toe those feet back together. Take a big inhale. Exhale, fold. Squat deep, gaze forward. You're gonna take that right foot, step it back. Keep that left leg forward, drop to that back knee. Reach those arms high to the sky, press in. Flatten that back foot. Option, you can choose to stay right here, or you can pull off that back knee. Hold and breathe. Flatten the top of that foot. Feel the stretch to the top of your foot. Feels amazing. Hold it, breathe through it, drop to your knee, hands come heart, rotate, revolve, gaze goes behind you. Now as you're here and you're pressing in, you're going to take this right hand up, left foot, be able to bring it up, press in deeper, and lift it up. So if you can't grab your foot, that's okay. You can place your hand at your hamstring or at your calf. Be able to pull that knee, pull it up. You want to make sure that left knee and ankle stay in alignment. Then release it down. Kick stand into a runner's lunge, then take that left leg and kick it high. And you can bring it out in chaturanga for upward facing dog. Push back, downward facing dog. Take your right leg, kick it up and stack in your hips, open it up. Then bring it through, drop to your back knee, press those hips forward. Reach those arms high, flatten that back foot. You just stay on your knee or pop off your knee to increase the intensity. Stretching the whole top of your foot, the top of that shin. Breathe in, breathe out. Then drop to your knee, keep that foot flat, hands prayer. Rotate, revolve, shoulder stack, gaze over your shoulders. Then take that right hand, place it back to your hamstring, your calf. Reach that left arm up. You can pull that back foot up and grab at your ankle as you press in. Honor where you are, and then release it down. Kicks in that back leg back into a runner's lunge. Step up that back foot. Take a big inhale, lift. Find your chair. Lift, find your fold. Left leg goes back. Right leg forward, drop to that knee. Reach those arms, flatten that back left foot, and pop off that knee if you can. Second cycle through. Muscle memory. Activate this muscle, squeeze, be intentional as you breathe into those spaces you're working. Then drop to your knee, revolve, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Get a little deeper rotation this time as you press in. Feel that deep internal cleanse as we wring out those internal organs with the breath and with the movement. So go ahead, hands to hamstring, calf, or pop that back foot up, lunge a little deeper in, gaze over the back shoulder, and then drop those hands down. Take that leg, kick it high to the sky, and then bring it out. Chaturanga, up dog, fully extended or kneeling. Push up, down dog. Left leg kick, stack your hip, lift the knee, and bring it through. Drop to your back knee. Press those hips forward, flatten that back foot. Lift the torso. Lift it up, and then pop off your knee if you can. Breathe, shoulders down. Breathe in, breathe out. Then drop to that knee, keep that foot flat. Rotate, revolve, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Then lift that arm up, press in that hip, walk that finger further back if you can, and then grab at that ankle, press that hip forward, deepen in. And then release it, comes to that runner's lunge, and hold it, pull the chest forward, nice and long, and then step it up. Take a big inhale, lift, come to your chair, hold in your chair, lift in your heels. Pull those knees together. Keep those heels up if you can. Knees together, reach those arms. An awkward knee pose, sit a little deeper without sitting on your calves. Shoulders are down. Bandhas are engaged, the pelvic floor, the navel, draw the chin in. And then hands to heart. Heels come down, knees apart, reach all the way up. Exhale, fold. Lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Squat deep, monkey pose, step it back, downward dog. Bring it out to plank, chaturanga, upward dog. Push up, downward dog. Lift your heels, gaze between your hands, squat into your thighs, take a big step or hop to the top. Big inhale, find your chair, lift, find your fold. Squat deep, gaze forward, step it back, downward dog. Bring it out to plank, chaturanga, upward dog. Push up, down dog. Lift the heels, gaze between your hands, squat in those thighs, take a big step or hop to the top. Lift it up, find your chair. And one more, we'll add on. Squat deep, gaze forward, step it back. Downward dog, chaturanga, up dog. Feeling invigorated, feeling the energy, swirling about. Just feel good. GABA, serotonins, oxytocins, dopamines. They're all just doping in to the body from the brain and making you feel oh so good. Lift it up, pull it through, warrior one, back heel down. And lift it up. Press in, deepen in, warrior one. So 12 o'clock, your big toe, knee and ankle line up. Back knife edge of your foot kisses the floor. So you rotate those toes about 11:30 on this side. Rotate the hips and torso. Shoulders are down, arms extend. Take a big inhale through your nose, a big exhale through your mouth. Deepen down. And then straighten for airplane. Lengthen. Forehead towards knee for pyramid. Reach those arms up. Rotate those palms in, try to find chest expansion. And then release it, find your warrior one. Lift it up, deepen in. And then find airplane. Lengthen, pull your chest forward. Reach those palms. Reach, reach, reach. Then bring your forehead down. Airplane to tripod, hold it. Lift, pyramid. Lift up those palms, rotate those palms in. If you can't reach your fingers together, imagine you're squeezing a beach ball. And then hold it. And then drop it down, overhead. Forehead towards your knee, legs are straight as possible. If you have those micro bends in your knees, it's okay. If you're squeezing that beach ball, just be intentional. Your mind is visualizing, is feeling the emotions actually happening. And then release it, warrior one. Lift it up. We'll do that one more time as we engage in muscle memory. Be able to get a little deeper each time. Warrior one, hold and breathe. Then find airplane. Then press resisting against the air. Pull your chest forward. Then pull your forehead down. Straighten in those legs. Lift in those arms. Rotate those palms inward. Squeeze the beach ball. Clasp those hands. Joints aligned. Press the palms. Legs are straight. Drop arms overhead. And then release it. Walk yourself center straddle. Gaze between your legs. Hands to your ankles. Lift your tailbone high to the sky. Shake your head. This is your inversion right here. Just hang out right here, upside down. And then move side to side. Find that lateral movement. Side to side. And then as we hold in our side-to-side motion, lift the arms, lift the chest, and just move side to side. Keep your bottom down low. And then how about 4 more each side, 3 more each side. 2 more each side, and your last one. And then I want you to come to the back left leg, rotate around, high on that crescent lunge, and lift it up. So high crescent lunge, lift, deepen, breathe. Then you're gonna bring your hands down, and you're gonna come into a modified firefly with a crow. So your firefly is that right, I'm The left leg is on top of your shoulder. Then your back right foot is going to step up and you're going to squeeze the outer portion of your leg. You're going to lift out that leg and you're going to lift up this foot. So your left foot is firefly, your right is crow. So if you're like, how in the heck does she expect me to do that? Well, if you're just starting, I don't. But I expect you to try yourself in that positioning. So hand is down. This knee is at your left knee at your forearm. You press in, lift your bottom, and get that arm underneath. The knee is right at your shoulder. The right knee is hugging, squeezing the top portion. So squeezes on these portions of your arms, the top portions. All right? Left leg kicks out, right one kicks back. Kick it out into the front, and then you can just stay right here, kicking that leg out, keeping the toe down. You don't have to bring that back foot up. Or you keep that front foot up and bring that back foot and lift. Find what works for you before you come full version in your firefly and crow. And then wherever you are, step it back, downward facing dog. Chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. Right foot kicks, stack your hip. Bring it through. You're going to come into warrior two. Center your hip. Get down deep. Reach it out. Get it, get it, get it. Then you're going to straighten that leg and reach your right arm all the way up overhead. Take the left hand down. Your side body gazes up to your armpit. Then bring it right back. Warrior two. Then straighten it. Reach up overhead. Then bring it back, warrior two. Making sure everything's where it belongs. Hips are centered, knee and ankle line up. Chest expansion, deepen. Then straighten both legs. Right arm lifts up and over, deepen down. And then we're gonna pivot around to the front, archer pose. Left toes lift. Left legs long. Back toes to the corner, bend into that back right knee. Like a bow and arrow. Place his thumbs on the inside, sit deep, spine is long. Hold and breathe. Then rock it forward. Sass into your hips. Turn that back belt parallel to the back edge of your mat. Reach it out. Triangle pose. So hinge here, then deepen. Your hand can be on your shin, your thigh, or all the way down. Gaze is up. Shoulders are stacked. Breathe in and breathe out. Really open up. You want to be pressed between two panes of glass because everything is in alignment. Then go ahead and drop that hand down by that foot and rotate. So shorten your stance if you need to. You want to keep your heels on the mat. The back heel's not up. Our shoulders and wrists will line up. Our hip will drop down. Gaze will go up as we feel that revolution through our spinal system. As we internally rotate, breathing deep cleansing breaths. And then go ahead and release it. Lunge it back, take that leg, kick it high, and then chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. Left side, left leg kicks. Stack your hip and open it up. Knee goes high. Bring it through for warrior one, back heel down. Lift the torso, reach it up. Press in it. So his arms are high, deep and into that warrior one. 12 o'clock with your big toe on the left leg, 130 on the right leg. Hips go forward, torso rotates center, deepen down, arms high to the sky. High, high, high. Deepen, lengthen. Then straighten that leg, airplane. Forehead goes forward, tailbone goes back, reaching the crown in opposition from the tail. And then drop your forehead down, reach those palms up, rotate them inward. If you can clasp those hands, clasp them. Keep both legs as straight as possible. Drop those extremities overhead. And then go ahead and find your warrior one. Lift up and deepen. Breathe. Airplane. Being dynamic in your movement, moving the air, being in charge of it. As you are in the current, you're in charge of your physical being, being able to move in this present. wind as you move the body through it, finding the grace and gratitude. Honoring the movement through our bodies. We lift it up, feeling that air moving, lunging, deeping, connecting to the breath. The air gives us life. And then again, lengthening. Pulling that chest forward, crown forward, palms are up. Really lengthen in the airplane and then soar that head down. Clasp in those hands or squeeze that beach ball. And then release the hands. Bring center, straddle, toes are forward, gaze between your legs. Hands to your ankles. You hang upside down. What a different perspective we get of the world when we are upside down. It also gives us mental perspectiveness, this clarity in our mind. The blood rushes in, feeling all the dopamines, the serotonins, the GABAs, the oxytocins, everything that our body naturally inhibits for us to utilize for our joy, for our happiness, to feel good and lively and happy and healthy in our mindset, in our mental state of well-being. And then go ahead and lift and move side to side. Side to side movement. Then begin to lift those arms out and get a little deeper. Drop that bottom down. Side to side. Get that armpit to each knee. Get down, get down, get down with me, get down with me. Moving and grooving. And that Zen and fit mindset is fitness for the mind. It's Zen for the mind, as well as for the body and our spirit. Last one, and then pivot it around. Walk your hands around, high on those back heels. Lift up those arms, crescent line. Nice and deep. Hold and breathe. And then bring those hands down. You're going to walk that hand underneath your right foot. So your knee is on top of your shoulder. This back left leg's going to pop up and it's going to squeeze my outer portion of my leg. So I'm going to squeeze that, lift my toe, walk that right foot forward, and I'm going to balance it. I'm squeezing, internally lifting through the bandhas, the pelvic floor and the navel. As my gaze goes forward, I balance. So again, if you're like, how am I supposed to do that? Well, you got to start somewhere. So stay in this lunge. Hands underneath the thigh, press in, squeeze, pull the knee towards the shoulder. Step up, squeeze the thigh. So again, this internal lift is what you're looking for. As well as you shift forward, gaze forward, you can just lift the toe and on the left as you squeeze, or you can lift the foot on the right as you lift, or you can engage both once you have those lifts and the squeezing engagements. Balance, hold, breathe, and then release, step it back. Bring it out to plank, chaturanga dog. Push up, down dog. Left leg kicks, stack your hip, lift that knee and open it up. And bring it through, warrior two. Back, go down, and open up. Center your hips. Left foot, toes forward, that knee and ankle line up. Back right foot parallel to the back edge of that mat, center in those hips. Deepen into your lunge. Chest expand, deepen, and then lift up, straighten those legs. Reach that left arm up and over. Lengthen that right hand down, and then bring it back. Warrior two. Then lift. Feel that length. Then reach it. Deepen. Lift it. Hold it. Deepen down, then pivot around. Archer pose. So now my right toes are lifted, and my leg is straight. My back toes just turn to the corner. Side lunges that back left leg. Thumbs on the inside. Archery posture. Deepen in our archer posture. We're owning our badassery. Igniting our bliss. Standing in our truth. Being in our uniqueness. Hold it. Breathe through it. Then shift it. Straighten it. Sass it. Triangle pose. Sass in those hips. Reach that arm. And then find triangle. Hip stack, shoulder stack, gazes up. And then once you're ready, find your opposite hand down. So keep your heels on the mat. Check in, everything's in alignment where it belongs. The shoulder and wrist line up. You may just need to shorten your stance. Keep the heels on the mat. Feel that rotation. Drop that hip down. Gaze is up. Breathe in, breathe out. I am so sweaty, I feel like I jumped in the ocean. Ah, which I think I need to do right after this. And then go ahead and release it. Take that leg, kick it high to the sky, and bring it out, chaturanga, upward facing dog. Push up, downward facing dog. You're gonna take one big hop to the top and have a seat. Take a big hop, crisscross, have a seat. Good job. So as we're here, we're gonna work right here. Hands come back. So we're gonna lift our bottom in the tabletop. We wanna pull our hips through and lift up. Feel like, how do I do that? Well, you gotta start here. Tabletop, drop it down. Lift it up, drop it down. Lift it up, drop it down, and then lift, pull it through, lift, pull it through, lift, pull it through, lift, pull it through. Two more. Lift, pull it through. You're either tabletop and tapping that booty to the floor, or pulling it through. One more. Lift it up, have a seat, staff pose, sit tall. Reach those arms up and touch your toes. Pull your chest forward. Forehead towards your knee. Then we're gonna come cow face pose. So take your left knee underneath, your right foot on top. Before we get all the way there, I want you to hug this knee and rotate, revolve. You're gonna take this left hand on top of your right knee and rotate, revolve. And then release it and crisscross other side. Sit tall. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Hug it or draw it on the outside as you revolve around. Placing that foot flat down, keeping that knee pressed down. And then release it, crisscross it. This time, take this foot, pull it back. And those knees should line up. Now if you can't get there, it's okay. If your foot's still like this, it's okay. Again, this is your practice. All right, so as your right foot is on top, right hand comes up, left hand comes underneath. Try to clasp those fingers. If you can't clasp them, it's okay. Just use a towel or a sock or use your mind. And hinge forward, pull your chin over your knee if you can. And again, if you can't get here and you're just like this and your foot's still here, I still want you to imagine you're reaching. Maybe grab your shirt and pull in opposition, pull your chest forward and pull your chest forward and sit just like this. And then go ahead and unravel. Another side. So again, that foot stays where it was when we were rotating revolved. If you can pull that foot back, getting those knees stacked, find that stack knee and then take that left arm, reach it up. Take that hand underneath and again, visualize you're reaching for those fingers. If you can reach them, kiss them together and then pull your chin over your knees and shift your weight forward. And again, I know everybody can't do this. So again, you have to be intentional where you are in your practice. Again, if you're modifying, you're here, using your mind, and visualizing and pressing in. And then releasing, shaking legs out, shifting that weight, lengthening, touching those toes. And then we're going to come back onto our forearms. And we're going to lift our legs. Point our toes and make little circles, one direction. And then begin tracing a ceiling, so to speak, or the sky, and make big circles. Big circles. You need to bend in your knees. Bend in your knees and make these circles. And just begin making full range of motion if you can. Again, with bent knees or straight legs. You got 4. You got 3. You got 2. And your last one, lift legs up and then hold little circles other direction. Little circle, little circle, little circle, little circle. Make it bigger, make it bigger, make it bigger. Again, you can bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees, and circle, and circle, and circle. And your last one, big circle, pull your knees in and lay all the way down. Pull your knees in, and as you lay down, pull your hands under your knees, pull your heels towards your tailbone, and rock up seated into boat pose. Now you can stay bent kneed in boat pose, grab your ankles, arms out to your side. You can straighten those legs, reach those arms overhead, and hold. For 4, 3, 2, and crisscross. Sit tall, shoulders down, palms up. Eyes closed, and take in this moment. Coming back to the mudra we did in the beginning of our posture, we're gaining in this concentration and meditation. Placing palms one on top of the other, thumbs, tips pressed together, drawing into the navel. And as we are ignited into our enlightened state of bliss, let's just breathe that in. Feeling it in this moment. Letting go of the things that we can be so rigid to hold on to. Now we feel a lightness, a releasing, and a restoration in that space. We have clarity in our mind, a renewed sense of spirit, and a stronger body. And let's go ahead and bring our hands to heart center. And take 3 big inhales, lifting arms all the way up. Exhale. Take a big inhale, lift. Exhale. And a big inhale. Exhale. You guys go, and you be magnificent all that you do today. May you be blissfully soulful. Namaste. Mwah.